We in the lab, fam. We in the lab today with song mode on the MPC Live 2. So outside of cooking up, we not in the kitchen. We not in the gym. Today is big scientist O.T.G. Guess where we at? We in the lab with it, fam. We got the Live 2, the MPC Live 2. And we're going to get in the lab. We're going to take a little bit of this sequence, a little bit of that sequence, a little bit of the one sequence method, and we're going to do some experimentation, right? And we're going to see what we can create. We in the lab today, fam. MPC Live 2, MPC Live 2, MPC Live 2 with the Pro Pack 3.6. And remember, guys, part of me showing you these videos and doing this workout is to show you stability, right? Common issues. So we're making these beats from scratch. We're doing this right here in the lab, fam. If you watch the MPC1 video, we was in the gym. If you watch some of the other videos, we're in the kitchen. But today, we're in the lab with it. We're going to utilize a bunch of different plugins, probably 4 or 5 on our MPC Live 2 running 3.6 with the Pro Pack. We're going to utilize the EQ, visual EQ, do some mixing, we're going to do some automation, we're going to do a little bit of everything. But part of doing these videos is to show you the stability and how good that it runs in your creation process, but it also goes with some of your decision making. Right now I'm messing with the cutoff on Fabric. Shout out to the guy in the chat who asked me to try to tap in and let you guys know some of the knobs and sound decisions, what I'm turning and how we making these sounds and presets ours. So today in the lab, big scientist O.T.G. on the MPC Live 2. That's what we're going to do. So sit back, song mode, baby. 3.6 Pro Pack, MPC Live 2. What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. The O.T.G's for Overtime Grind. Charles Paris. That's my real name, okay? Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today, I got my MPC Live 2, my MPC Live 2, my Akai MPC Live 2, and we are going to make a couple of sequences, and then we're going to put them inside of song mode. We're going to take song mode and mix it down to a sequence, and then we are going to run automation on the mutes to further personalize and make our arrangement sound great. So make sure you stay to the end so you can see how the final beat sounds. Okay? And if you're looking for these arrangements, you know, you're looking for these chord progressions, I'm going to show you also a bunch of different things. So if you would like these chord progressions, you could get that from the MPC stimulus pack down below. You could also get it directly from the chord progressions pack that I have down below. And I have all kinds of other drum kits and different things. The Stimmy Pack is the best way to go, my advice to you. But if you are in a different place and you need it right now, go check out the chord progressions. Everything you hear, drums, chord progressions, they're all available. You know, turn that skinny MPC into something fat. All right, now that we got that out of the way, guys, I am on my discontinued MPC Live 2. and I love it. All right, so there's that. What we're going to do today, right now, I'm doing some housekeeping. I'm naming the sounds, naming my tracks. We are building our first sequence to create. We're going to build this sequence up as full and as plush as we can, because this is going to be the backbone or the foundation of our full beat. Again, if you are looking for these chord progressions and want these chord progressions so you can build your beats from scratch and not have to always feel dependent on sampling and or trying to find a chord progression to start your thought process, I've collected these over 3 or 4 years, 5 years, however long I've been doing this channel, and that collection is available to you. That's what I sell. I sell collections of sounds. So if you're looking for collections of sounds for any of your drum machines, go check out what I got in the description. You know, I believe in quantity and quality, because it's a blessing to have these machines, and just having the stuff doesn't make you great, right? It just gives you access. So right now, I am trying a different workflow by I am opening all of my plugins from a different screen. I am opening, so if you load your first plugin and you go to whatever screen or menu, when you open your following plugins and any following ones to match, they open at the same screen that the last one was open to, right? And so I like this method when I'm in the lab, big scientist O.T.G. When I'm in the lab and I am about to scope some sounds into exactly what I want them to be. I want to have the EQ, I want to have flavor and certain aspects already ready, right? So I'm adding this chord progression right now. And so we got to go in now and fix some of these notes. So what we do is you go in, you grab them, and you just edit the start, right? That's what my tab is on my screen, is nudge actually. And so I could tell if they're a little off, we'll go through and nudge them. And again, like I said, this is being in the lab, fam. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna make sure that we got everything is right. We got the right amount of this, the right amount of that, the right amount, so we could see what we're gonna get on the other end of our scientific creation, right? Sound is a science, right? For those wondering, we are definitely going to cover the clips workflow. We're definitely going to cover the clips workflow. But right now, man, I feel like while we put this work in and I try to find some more sounds, switch this over to notes, and we're going to build on that piano part. I feel like sometimes there's so much content on stuff, you know, because so many content creators just feed off each other, and it creates what's trending in the algorithm. that right now there's so many people talking about utilizing clips disingenuously because they're really just trying to spite the algorithm, that I don't really want to get lost in translation, man. So I know that we gonna be here for a while. So right now I'm gonna just cook up in the lab the way that I know how to cook up. And I know how to use the clips. I got the force, but I don't know. I want to just make sure people is receiving the information, not in a way to decide on drum machines or workflows, but receiving the information in a way they want to create with. So I don't like wasting my time. I don't like to do it. Time is a blessing. Right now, I'm looking for what's going to accent, right? If you haven't subscribed, I advise that you subscribe. I advise that you lock in. I'm your brother. And when I say that, I mean that. So when I make these videos, I'm talking directly to the people who watch the videos. I don't want to collaborate with people. I don't want to be on your shows. I don't want to be your friend. I like making music. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I am building a community from the people who enjoy and take what I am showing. And the community is feeding what I am willing to show or teach, because you guys are opening up and asking questions. So I've been doing this for 3 years. When I started, I was super rocky. I'm coming from the street, and I'm trying to the streets and management, trying to come into a world of creating what I've worked my entire life and teach it and show it. And you know, I've gotten better, I've gotten more refined, I've figured out ways of how to get my message over creatively. And for you guys who have been locked in, it is time for me to show y'all the advanced methods. And it doesn't really matter who agrees or don't agree. If they don't agree, they could go another way. I can only show you what I know. So make sure you're subscribed if you like this. If you've been on the brink and trying to decide, everything is up from here on out. So deeper concepts, deeper thought processes, and deeper ways, clearer video, clearer things of that nature. I'm going to show you how to really work your machine as good as I do. So make sure you subscribe. One of the reasons why I'm saying that is to lend to how you just take the time to find sounds that complement each other, right? Instead of thinking about all these technical issues, my MPC doesn't have a lot of RAM, and Wonder if it's going to, if I should do this and if I should do that and if I, bro, the answer is in the box. Find the sounds, create the sounds, build your song, build your beat, brick by brick, build it, brick by brick, build that thing up. And as you get to where you need to go and you come across obstacles, these obstacles have been overcome by producers for 30 years now. So you run out of RAM, mix it down, bounce it down to a sample, create a blank drum track, the drum program on a track, and then load the sample to your pad 1, put a MIDI note up, keep it going. You use all your tracks, bounce them down, get better control, get 10 effects by adding those vocals right to a drum program. See, I'm going to show y'all some things, man. You know why? Because we create music. That's what we do. On our MPC, Live 2, whatever we on, we're going to create music. So one of the reasons why I played that bass line long is because this is a Subfactory plugin, right? And so since we in the lab, fam, with the MPC Live 2 with the Pro Pack 3.6, everything on it, I just got to be transparent. So let me show you how you do the slides, right? So I played one long bass note across where I want the bass to play and then let go where I want it to stop. Now, because I want the slides or the glides, I want it to glide up and down. Now I will overdub and then play the notes I want to slide over top that bass note. And this is how you get perfect slides, glides, and can create momentary glides like I'm going to show you, and all types of different things. That right there should get you to like the button. Hit the like button, bro. You hear it. Did a little tap. That's how you get that doo. Now that we got the bass line in, it creates a driving force, right? I want to do more though, so we gonna mess with it. We in the lab, fam. Take your time. If you ever need to undo, just undo out of it. time. We're going to name it. So right now we got our drum, we got our synth, we got our piano. We have three different fabrics loaded, plus a sub factory. Just for those, I wonder, is the MPC Live 2 strong enough? In reality, you don't need to have, I'm not even going to say it. You're just going to say, you could get it done on the MPC Live 2. Here's our fifth plugin. Remember, we have the synthesizer, we have the piano playing chords, we have the additive piano, that's 3. All of those are from Fabric, not even Fabric XL, just choosing Fabric because the XL would put too much into memory. We have a sub factory playing the bass. So 3 fabrics, 1 sub factory. That's 4 plugins. We just added our 5th. Now we're adding a brass orchestra. I'm going over to the reverb. I'm changing the mix on the reverb. That's what I'm controlling, is the mix on the reverb. So I didn't change any other settings other than the mix. Now I'm going to name that brass. Our horns. We're going to name this full sequence our main, because this is our main sequence. We're going to copy this to sequence 2. I'm going to name it verse. When this plays out, it's going to switch over. Now we going through and we taking this verse 1 and we clearing out some tracks and we turning this into an actual verse, something different, a different variation than our main beat. Remember, we in the lab with it, baby. Song mode. If you like this chord progression, you want to support the channel, hit the Gumroad links down below. There's a bunch of free resources, so you can get free drum kits, free everything, all kinds of stuff. But if you like this information and you want to see more, you want to see the channel upgrade, you want certain things, the best way to do it is through that Gumroad. If you want to donate, you could donate. Just buy me a coffee if you like the information. All of that stuff goes right back into the gear, the plugins, the chords, all of these different things. Right now, we are still creating variations. go ahead and make another variation of this. So we're going to hit copy sequence. We're going to name this verse 2. We're going to take out the bass and some other things on sequence 3, verse 2. So we have a main, we have our first verse arrangement, and now we're about to work on our alternate first verse arrangement. So right now I have Mellotron Choir loaded up, and I like the choir, man, and I know I'm going to spend some time on the Sam, and I know I've been in the lab with it, so I've been going a little slower than normal, but I wanted to show it's important now as we go forward on our discontinued MPC Live 2s, you know, and we invest in things like the Pro Pack, and we invest in things like the EQ, and we invest and we get all of these new tools, that we start to settle in with what we have, right? And so your brother knows that a lot of you guys got your machines, you got them, you buying the plugins, and it's a lot for you to do, right? Like, you get it, as soon as you get it, feels like something new comes out, you getting that, then something new comes out, you getting that, and you ain't even mastered the old thing yet. Well, guess what we get to do now? On our discontinued MPC Live 2, we become masters. And remember what I told you. If you're new here, you should watch all the videos. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Part of the way that I do this is we tell information throughout the beat making process, right? Each video is different because I'm cooking this up, and this isn't this is long form. So you seeing when I take a break, you seeing when I sit back and just let the music play, you seeing when there's a mistake. There aren't no cuts or chops or things of that nature. You get what I'm saying? And if it is, it's just because of small things. My camera stopped working, or I might have to, because, you know, I'm a father too. I run my own business and this music stuff. I might have to stop and go and handle some business and then start where I left off at. So there's always a lot of that. But I'm saying that to say, in the past video, probably 3 or 4 videos ago, I told you that a lot of guys were going to go out and cop the new MPC Live 3. And that's cool, but that was going to leave a lot of people who had MPC Live 2s still wanting content and wanting to grow and build inside of their MPC Live 2, right? And because so many of the content creators moved in that direction, I could see already that they are now in the juxtaposition or the weird space of, okay, my MPC Live 3 videos aren't getting as many views, and maybe that many people don't have the Live 3, and even though it's good, I still need views and I still need to keep my channel going. So they're in a weird space. they're going to start telling you that your MPC Live 2 isn't any good. They're going to start telling you your MPC Live 2 is slow. They're going to start telling you, using verbiage like the MPC Live 2 is entry level, where it's like it's easier, where it's like it's what's the other word that people like to use? Oh, limitations, it's limited, all of these other things, because they need you to upgrade and watch their videos, right? They need that because that is part of their main stake is in YouTube content creation. Well, here we are into music creation that goes into the producer community, kind of. So I'm always music based. So right now we are expanding our sounds and utilizing. So I wanted to slow down and get in the lab a little more and show you how to expand your sounds, or how to cook up, or get in the gym on certain days where, you know, you might try a different workflow or present to you different ideas, like, hey, go through your presets and just get familiar with the sounds and the plugin. Go through your effects and put them in different spots and get familiar with your time in the plugin. That might be your time in the gym. You don't make no beat. You just go through all of the Fabric presets and you just load them, listen, load them, listen. You know, one of your days prepping for your cook-up session is to go through your hard drive or SD and expand it. Get you some drum kits, get you some loops. Go make that progressions folder bigger. Go and get you some MP3s or songs to sample, songs for you to utilize these things inside of your MPC. So this is why I've slowed down the process. This is why I'm showing you different ways where I'm just cooking it up from the main screen, because we worrying more about sound, worrying about song mode right now, being able to make different variations, utilize different workflows, right? And create songs. We're not worried about, you see, I got 5 plugins in. I don't see, have you seen any problems? Have you heard any pops and clicks on my discontinued MPC Live 2? I haven't. See, so now let's go play our other version. Let's go from this arrangement to the next. Let's go make another one. We're going to name this verse break. Now we're on our fourth sequence. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to hit the little plus symbol. I'm going to add another drum track. We're going to clone our drum track. So what this does is this takes all of our sounds in our track for our drums and then doubles it and creates all of those sounds again in the memory on another track. So remember what they say about the lack of memory. 5 plugins, 2 drum tracks, still cooking up. But we do this so we could create a variation. So on drum track 1, my kick is at full level, and I haven't even went in there and expanded. I don't think today that I want to go through all of the turning knobs and doing all of that specifically. Right now I'm in the lab, and in the lab I want to get the song right together first, and then we could go season it up. We might put it in the kitchen once we realize we created something new. You get what I mean? So I'm utilizing the second drum kit to add in extra hi-hats, extra kicks, and this is a forward-thinking type of deal, right? Because this forward-thinking type of method is once we get into doing our mutes, we can now mute those sounds and still have our original drums. I don't think you feel me though. So what I did, right, is I went through. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and go to song mode. Let's just get right to song mode so we can get this going. And now y'all can see what I'm saying and how we going to make this work, right? So my method is I just insert. I insert a bunch of one sequence, and then I go sequence by sequence, and I start to build out my song. So sequence 1 was verse break. Sequence 2, in the song mode slot, I turn to verse 2. Sequence 3, slot 3 is verse 1. Sequence 4 is main. Sequence 5 is verse 1. Sequence 6, verse 2. Sequence 7 is going to be main. And at the same time, I'm watching my bars at the top. So I see I'm at 129 bars. I'm going to delete the last sequence. Now what I'm going to do is I also switched the play amount of time I want them to play. So I might want one sequence to play 2 bars, 2 times, one to play 1 time. But now we're in song mode, right? Now we're in the sequence. We took our song mode, we mixed it down, and I did it fast. I will do it more. This is why you gotta like, share, subscribe, and comment, because I'm going to do this a whole lot, because the goal is to show you that every session you sit down at your drum machine, you can have a beat. And now we in the lab, so we've already utilized song mode, but here's the greatness of song mode, right? And the new 3.6 and how 3.0 works, because it's a track for track system. Now the tracks remain the same all the time. After you take your beat from song mode and you put it on a new sequence, what you now can do is go through and play your mutes and further enhance, because you just essentially have a 1 sequence beat. I know, Big scientist O.T.G, you saying a whole lot, bro. I know. That's because I want you to know that you could get it all done. I got the automation on right now. And we going getting this better set. And this might not be the way. This might not be the way. But this is the first way that I have it all done. And we are going to further grow from this method. This is the root. This is the seed. If you've watched this far, put in the comments the seed. This is the seed of an expansive, full-fledged workflow to be able to create whatever you want out of your MPC Live 2. Your brother's going to show you. Now we're going to flex. Sure is a blessing. It sure is a blessing. It sure is a blessing to be able to produce and to create and to have these tools. I tell you all the time. Lock in. Lock in. Lock in. Stop looking outside for other things and lock in. Good brothers and a few sisters who watch this channel, if you are still here, if you're one of the true team members, there's a lot of people who watch, but if you are a part of the team, lock in. Drop lock emojis in the chat. Show them you're part of the team. T-E-E-M. Teamsters. We building something. I don't care what tools you use. Just lock in. The world needs you. Your children need you. The music game needs you. Your brain, your mental health, your family, your life too. It needs you. Lock in. Focus. Lock in. Explore. Know yourself. My belief system, one of the first things that they say is you have to know yourself, know God, and know the devil. That's only when you can truly do for self. And by doing for self and being the best you that you could be, you can become the best person for your family, the best person for your children, the best person for every person who encounters you, because you are living in your best self. And by living in your best self, you become motivation, inspiration, and attractive to people who are living in their best selves or striving to do the same. Lock in, good brothers and sisters. You don't have to believe in what I believe. but believe in your goddamn self. Lock in. Now I'm going to add a little bit of EQ on the end. I just want to see how it sounds if I EQ'd it up. So we're going to add our visual EQ because I just was in the lab. I was putting a little bit of this with a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We got our chemistry set out. We got our white lab coats on. It's Big Scientist O.T.G on our discontinued MPC Live 2. We got the big Pro Pack 3.6 on here. So we might as well just go ahead and open up that visual EQ with the late meters and the late audio forms because, I mean, God forbid that we use our ears to tune our music to the way that we might like it to sound. Because, you know, at the club, they listen to music visually. You know, we're visual music listeners. Now, if we can't see it, then we can't hear it. Sounds crazy, right? Because it is. Let's go ahead. Big visual EQ. Shout out to you, Akai. Make it do what it do. If you can enhance it, enhance it. If you can't, we'll live forever with it because we can make it sound good. Big sign. Let that play out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. If you want this drum kit, you can get it by having the O.T.G Stimmy Pack. If you want these chord progressions and more, O.T.G Stimmy Pack. And sooner than later, I'm going to go through all of my beats, save all of my presets, put them into a folder, and hook y'all up with the O.T.G presets, pianos, horns, synthesizers, a little bit of everything. So if you stay to the end, guess what? You got the exclusive. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I appreciate you guys. I love everybody, man. Hopefully you guys see through the jokes and the sarcasm. Hopefully you find inspiration and you found some value in whatever I showed you. And peace to everyone, as we say in Islam, assalamu alaikum. I love you for the sake of God loving us all. And I hope that you find inspiration and get in touch with yourself and find happiness and being grateful in the things that you do have, because that will create abundance in all of the things you want. Even in your music. Another one. Big O.T.G.